What up, Dokkaners? This video is going to be comprised of two parts. The first part is going to be following up for the final time in regards to the red stone selection in the Baba Shop. We are approaching now under 5 days to where you can actually buy these limited time characters. So I wanted to do a discussion again, revisiting this now that we all have hopefully 5 more red stones in our box. And then also we're going to be doing a discussion on which characters are worth picking up with your red coins now that the banner has come out. Maybe you didn't summon, but you still want to pick somebody up. So let's start with this, and then we'll jump into the other one. With this one, I did a couple of videos. I think one at the beginning of GDC, or not GDC, sorry, Tanabata TDC. And then I think I did another one like halfway through. But now that we are approaching the end, I'm making this video to remind you guys to actually spend them if you want. But this is a big if, because you honestly don't have to. With the unprecedented 5 extra red stones that we got during Tanabata, you now, if you don't spend anything at all, you have a great buffer set up for any future situations. When this whole update first happened at the beginning of the 11th anniversary, it was a great thing. Some people felt mixed about it, which I understand because this kind of killed one aspect of the game in terms of like regularly getting red stones to get old super easy A's. But now that we've kind of gotten used to it, it was a great way to get characters that are now permanently available at our own pace. I think we got like 9 or 10 of those stones at the beginning of the 11th anniversary. Understandably, everybody spent it all. And then the next month after the 11th anniversary, we got Dokkan Frontier. All of a sudden, Ginyu was the hottest character in the game and nobody could get him because there were no banners that would offer Ginyu. No reasonable banners. I think there was one stupid category summon, but nobody would summon on that. The only way to get him would have been through this, but it cost 3 red stones. Without having red stones, in order to get more, you have to basically farm out jars of milk. You get 1 jar of milk per day by doing the Roshi event daily. So 30 days equals 1 red stone. So in order to spend 3, that's 90 days worth of work. 3 months to get this guy. And the frustration was people were trying to get him, and after 3 months, they finally got him. So that sucks. So now that you have a buffer, this can actually put you in a very good position where in the future, should something like this Dokkan Frontier nonsense ever come up again, you have a buffer to tap into, or an emergency reserve, if you will, to tap into should something happen. So if you ultimately decide against any of these, that's totally fine. That being said, I actually do think everyone would benefit from picking up the Whis. The Whis is a very good unit, and this is my number 1 of 3 that I'm going to be presenting in this video. Whis is the best because he is a great dodging unit, a great defender, good support, and can also function off category. Obviously, you would naturally want to have your units be on the same category so that they get the full benefits of the leader skill. But if you need characters to fill in a spot for a team, this is one of those units that can potentially do that. Obviously, it's chance-based, but still, this is one of the more capable characters who can do something like that as long as dodge isn't disabled. This is something that we don't really talk about much in videos, but there are people out there who resort to this. And I've done this on streams many a times. During Pure Saiyan EZAs, like when Royal Blue Vegeta is about to get his EZA, I got to put together a bunch of Resurrected Warrior units, but I don't have enough. So I've got 5 units on the team. I'm missing a 6th. Am I going to bring a Cyberman, or am I going to bring Tech Caulifla? Caulifla will dodge everything, so she's a non-factor. I won't die, but I also won't get any production from her. That is the sort of role that the Whis can do in situations outside of his natural state. And that is why this is also very good. At 55% or Rainbow, this character is still going to be heavily beneficial on your team. So I've talked about this little dodge chart for a while. Initially, to initiate the dodge chain, the hit potential will make a difference. 0 hit potential at 70%. Let's say you're at 55% on your Whis. You have 1 copy. Your initial dodge chance without a Beerus, without a Realm of God's Enemy, 70%. If you're in that same situation with 79%, 2 copies or 3 copies or more, you have 9% extra chance to get that first dodge. But over time, as you get more dodge subsequently in the turn, the hit potential factors less and less. Notice the difference between these two. 9% after 0 dodges. After 3 dodges, it's half of that, 4.5% differential. After 5 dodges, it's 1.5%. So all you're getting from the extra copies is a luckier entry point. But if you can do that yourself without that extra luck, and you get a couple of dodges under your belt, you're probably going to be good to go. So at 55%, this guy can still make a difference, worth every penny. Pick him up. 2 out of your 5 stones, I don't think it's that big of a loss. After that, the next one, it's a little bit more conditional. I wouldn't consider this to be an undisputed, top tier choice like the Whis, but this is still a good one. I think people would benefit from picking up the Gamma one if you really want to. This guy is a great slot 1 unit, fits partially on the new Beast Gohan, but more importantly, fits under the Gohan leader skill. This is probably the most relevant and most optimized leader skill for superhero movie heroes at the moment. Ideally, you have this unit now. This guy's probably a friend lead, but if you've got this guy on the team, he doesn't always link up. You don't want to have this guy on the rotation with the Gohan when he's Gohan. When Gohan switches to Gamma, they link up very well, but otherwise, you'd probably have this guy float, right? In the meantime, he could be a great partner in crime with this guy in the slot 1, slot 2 situation. For 6 turns, while this guy is a great tank, he can also provide insane levels of synergy and support to that Gamma 2. So while the two are together, they will have extra defense, extra offense, and they will do some great things while everybody else sort of gets the ball rolling. After a little while, he will fall off, which is inherently a weakness with the character, longer events, but still, it has its use. This guy is still relevant and is still useful. And that's ultimately what I'm trying to show you. Like, I'm trying to show you the best characters among these, and I think that Gamma 1 would be the second best choice. And then my third choice, I only have 3 that I'm really narrowing this down to, and that's Nappa. I think Nappa is good because he is a great piece on any Terrifying Conquerors, Space Traveling Warriors team with a 3,780% defense at full HP and 15% damage reduction before attacking. That is a very underrated and powerful slot 1 defender for you. Also, he's got some great crowd control abilities to synergize with your team. He fits on some of the relevant villains out there right now. Goma, that's not Goma, that's Turles. Goma, Turles, Ginyu, Metal Cooler partially, Dabura partially. You got the Saiyan Saga boys here, but maybe you don't even have that. He can still work outside of Saiyan Saga. You get more obviously on Saiyan Saga, but he still works very well outside of Saiyan Saga. So as you work our way down the list, you know, these guys are more conditional, but they're still useful. But number 1 is Whis. Oh, I just realized they're all STR. So those are my top 3. If you want to pick those up, you can. I would say Whis definitely get, but the other 2 is just up to you. Gamma is expensive. He's 3, and Nappa costs 2. But this one is definitely worth the 2. After that, the general inventory, I would say Majin Vegeta and Broly would still be the best 2. Each cost 1 stone a piece. So you could actually rainbow one of them with all 5 of those red stones that you got during Purunga. I wouldn't, but if you have these guys with their super easies, they're going to be great partners for World Tournament. World Tournament is an event that will always be coming back every few months. Easy 50 stones. You need to be able to basically just clear the room with some AoE attacks. These 2 characters are among the best that can do that. Over time, more and more LRs will release that can also do that, but you know, obviously more copies, the better. Maybe you don't get those characters. These are 2 free-to-play units. Believe it or not, all of these guys are now free-to-play. Majin Vegeta Super Easy A, unbelievably strong free-to-play. STR Broly Super Easy A, unbelievably strong free-to-play. Get them. After that, I would say that actually Int Janemba has sort of seen a bit of a second wind because of the movie boss support that we've been getting as of late. Great seat filler, slot 1 dodger, slot 3 dodger, defense support, and guard. If he gets hit on challenge events, like the latest challenge events, he could still get you killed, but most of the time he won't because he's got some pretty good dodge. So Janemba is good, Buhan is still good, and I would say after that, STR Omega. Probably those. All right, so those are my picks for the Redstone Shop. My final pick for the Redstone Shop for now until we get the next update. Maybe something happens during GDC or maybe sometime down the road. Now let's quickly talk about the Dokkan Festival coins. There's not much to say because you shouldn't pick up anybody, in my opinion. I don't think any of these guys are worth picking up right now, mainly because the value that you get from these, I just don't think are worth spending 2,000 stones or spending what you gained from 2,000 stones right before GDC. GDC is coming up, the biggest banners of the year, even if the characters, the new characters themselves are not the greatest, which some people are, you know, a little skeptical about, which I understand. There will still be a lot of great talent surrounding those characters on the banner. And if you ultimately don't get the new character, those red coins could be spent on some of the other featured, because some of you guys going into this might not have enough stones to summon as much as you want. But if there's a character with a great leader skill that's a good alternate to the new character, the red coins will do that. And also, Metal Cooler still lives rent-free in everyone's head. Metal Cooler, releasing in late May, early June, is likely to come back around, I think it's November, so it should be either the November Dokkan Festival, where the Super Saiyan 4 Mini was last year, or probably somewhere in here, because Heroes is no longer a thing. Black Friday, there could be something happening here, or the Holiday Dokkan Festival. And you might not just want 1 copy of Metal Cooler, you might want more copies, because Metal Cooler is just that guy, right? So I just don't think it's worth spending right now. The Easy A's are cool, but they're not worth it. Daima Super Saiyan 4 Mini, not worth it to pick up right now, especially since his leader skills is good, but Is this going to be better than what Metal Cooler offers? Is this going to be better than what the GDC banners offer? I personally don't think so. But that's just my opinion. If you want to, you can do whatever you want. Whatever you do, please don't buy this. The Super Easy A characters are cheaper, yes, on these banners, but do keep in mind this guy is available for free. You can buy him with a single red dragonstone at the TUR level. He's right here. So if you really want that guy, don't spend the coins on it, spend the redstone. And you can spend it whenever you want. There's no expiration date. That's pretty much it. I got nothing else. This unit might easy A in the next week or so because of Peppy Gals. That won't change my mind as far as picking them up, because I want people to be as ready as possible for GDC. And I want to just remind you guys what is being spent when you do this. You want to optimize the value on pickup and the value retention. 500 coins, if you spend it on a Dokkan Festival LR, you would have spent 2,500 stones. 400 coins for a TUR pickup, 2,000 stones. Excuse me, 2,000 stones. So think about the gravity of the situation before you actually go through with it. The only two characters that I still think are worth picking up would be the anniversary LRs, the Super Saiyan 4 Daima and the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. So if you still want to pick something up, you could go for those two. Everybody else can wait. Even these guys, because their EZAs will eventually happen during the 12th anniversary, and they should be featured on those banners. So this isn't even something we should be concerned about just yet. You must not disobey me, because if you do, you're bad. Just kidding. I am just kidding. Don't write in, please. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Let know in the comments which picks did you make for your coin purchases, if any, or your stone purchases, if any. What do you think about what I have to say regarding saving for GDC? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Is there a character down the road that you are saving up for eagerly? Is it Metal Cooler? How many redstones do you have? Actually, you know what? How many redstones do I have? Let's do a redstone check in the comments. I got 14. How many you got? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know when I see more myself doing. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.